Hello, it is Thursday, January 16th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a themed puzzle, and the theme might be a bit tricky or intricate. And this tricky or intricate edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Mike from Vermont, Dre, and, as always, the indomitable Shulmaster, the indefinable Charlie Paget, or the inexplicable Chris Ward. Thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They, of course, sustain this series and keep this channel going day in, day out, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those 5, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link, where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons, and for benefactors, like those I've just mentioned, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thank you so much to everybody who supports the channel via the Patreon campaign. And thanks as well if you subscribe on YouTube, which is also quite a big help. And there's the Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join if you'd like to be part of a friendly chat community. That is linked in the description field as well. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Rebecca Goldstein and Adam Wagner, who've constructed, I think, about a couple dozen puzzles each. It's a Thursday crossword. There will be some kind of theme, perhaps an ambitious theme, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Gaming blank, console alternatives for short. Gaming PCs, I suppose, gaming computers. Let's look at the crosses on that. Part of a makeup routine. I don't know, pre-something maybe? I'm not actually sure offhand. What about, let's see, what about this? Part of a summer swarm. A cricket, maybe? A swarm of crickets? No, that's too long. What is that? Why can't I think what that is? I don't know. Getting a sneak peek. And there's a question mark, so it's punny in some way. I don't know. Bad sound to hear while bending over. A rip would be a bad sound to hear while bending over. Does that help me at all? Oh, cicada. That's the summer swarm. Cicada, they make that very distinctive noise. So getting a sneak peek, spying maybe? You're spying on someone, you're getting a sneak peek. Let's see. Unfriendly as a relationship. Yeah, you could have an icy relationship with someone, an unfriendly relationship. So letters put in boxes are mail. You put them in the mailbox. And then the Incredibles costumer / science class display. Well, the costumer character, the costume designer character from the Incredibles, her name is Edna Mode. So what would science class display? Etna, maybe? Like Mount Etna, a volcano, a sort of model volcano? Oh, Edna model? Like a display would be a model? Is this meant to be Etna, or? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not sure what's going on with that. This feels correct. Maybe Edna is an alternative spelling of Etna? Maybe I'm probably just missing something entirely. Oh, no, I see what it is. Sorry. We leave the last letter off for the first clue, and we leave the first letter off for the second clue. So it's a DNA model. It's a model of DNA. Presumably, it's a sort of double helix that's been built in 3 dimensions. Right. Sorry. Okay. So does that work with this? Final race stretches, or what racers may be on by then. Last laps, or last... Final race stretches is the last laps. What racers may be on by then? They might be on their last laps? No, it doesn't really make sense. That would just be referring to the same thing. What about this? Have we looked at this? No, we haven't. Roasts. I don't know. Part of a makeup routine. Oh, probably primer. So then does that work with this? Oh, yeah, if you roast someone, you kind of rag on them. You sort of taunt them. So that works. Down in the dumps. Moping or mopish? Mope something, probably. Moping or mopish, I'm not sure which. Oh, although, no, this doesn't look good. Never mind. This would be singer-songwriter Trent Reznor. And now very successful film composer, or film co-composer, I guess. Down in the dumps. I'm not sure what we're looking for there. Infrequently counterfeited bills are ones. I guess. Yeah, why would you bother counterfeiting a $1 bill? That makes sense. Original Super Mario console, in brief, would be the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Equivalent of 16 pinches, abbreviation. I didn't know a pinch was. Is that a teaspoon? I didn't know a pinch actually was a defined amount. It must be, or at least historically must have been. All right, well, there we go. I feel it's not used that way very frequently these days. It's used more as an indeterminate small amount of something. That's on me. My bad, you might say. Wasabi or miso could be a paste, wasabi paste or miso paste. Command to a skydiver, you might command them to jump. Sticky stuff could be jam, like jelly. Taylor-Joy of the Queen's Gambit, Anya Taylor-Joy, starred in that series. Point value of any vowel in Spanish Scrabble. Uno would be 1, so a vowel I think is worth 1 point in Scrabble, so that looks right. Brouhahas / most appalling. So brouhahas could be mob scenes, the place is packed. And then most appalling could be the obscenest. So there we go. So I wonder if there's anything about these letters that we're sort of alternately leaving out. Here we have MT. Here we have EL. Nothing obvious. That might be arbitrary. Okay, first half of a 2-volume encyclopedia on physics, aptly. A2, don't know. Why, aptly. Oh, it's probably A to M because it's atom, because of course the atom is dealt with in physics. Okay, so something a meter reader reads. It reads what? What would a meter reader read? Not sure offhand. Take responsibility for as a mistake. To own it would be to take responsibility. Lookout point could be what? A scenic something or a vista. Make a quick appearance would be to pop in, maybe? I'll just pop in. I'll make a quick appearance. That works. So something a meter reader reads. Oh, a poem because of a poetic meter. So you're scanning the poem for its metrical sort of stress. All right. Have a loan from someone would be to owe money to them, to owe to them. Lookout point would be a what? Let's do this thing would be it's on or it's time or something. Covered in marginalia, maybe. Notated, so if you've written all throughout the margin of some essay, for instance, you've notated it. Organization for important adults in a child's life. PTA, Parent-Teacher Association, those would be important adults in a child's life. Lookout point could be a peep hole, maybe? A point, you could sort of just, a tiny little peephole you could sort of describe as a point, maybe? I'm not sure that's right. Small, yeah, it might be, because the smallest bit could be a whit. You could say, not one whit, not one smallest bit of it. Let's do this thing. It's time. That's the answer. In. If you're in your what? In could mean popular, or it could mean, it could mean at home. Yes, if you're in, you're at home. Okay, soft drink name for a nut, cola, right? So the cola nut, which I think would be a K in the case of the nut, but not in the case of the cola or the soda. All right, lookout point, peep. It is people, yeah, okay. Worked up. If you got someone all worked up, you got them riled up, so there we go. What just happened? Reaction. A whip pan? Instead of whip pan to something that just happened, it's not long enough anyway. North Korea has the 4th highest number of these after China, India, and the US. North Korea has the 4th highest number of these after China, India, and the US. I assume this is going to be something about, something military, because North Korea, for such a small economy, it really disproportionately has a huge amount of money of its GDP going into its defense. So I was thinking of some kind of missile count or something. I don't know. I can't think of anything that fits there for that. Lock up for the night or despairs. Lock up for the night. Closes shop? Yes, loses. Closes shop. and loses hope. No, what am I doing? There we go. So we have, oh no, it's not closes shop, it's close shop. That's why I kept mistyping that. So to lock up for the night is to close shop, and then if one despairs, one loses hope. And there we go. We've left off the first or last letter. Okay, what just happened reaction? Maybe, is this whip pans? No, surely not. I was thinking of if you think of a whip pan in a film or something, the camera very quickly pans over. But that would be plural and this is singular. I don't think it's right. Sprinkler attachment, a hose is attached to a sprinkler to feed water through it. It's all wound up, a spool of thread or something. Oh, whiplash, that's what it is. When you say, oh, what just happened, that reaction can be described as whiplash. Okay. Oh, troops, right. North Korea has the fourth highest number of troops after China, India, and the US. Okay. That makes sense, I guess, but it's still kind of surprising, honestly. Weird flexes, question mark. Weird flexes, spasms? Like muscle flexes, maybe? I think that probably works. Button clicked to advance to a YouTube video. Button clicked to advance to a YouTube video. What does that mean? I don't really know what that's getting at. To advance to, is it sort of the forward button? I don't quite understand what we're asking. I'm sure it'll be obvious when it's in the puzzle. Aid in self-reflection. A mirror would be an aid to self-reflection. Unflinching would be what? Something like stoic or stern or stolid? Not really. Like some activities at a mountain lodge / marketing fodder. So like some ski, après ski. And then, yes, press kit. Okay, there we go. So like some activities at a mountain lodge would be après ski, so after having skied, which is actually, I think, not a phrase used in the actual French language, even though it's using the French language. But, a nice hot drink or something after skiing. And then marketing fodder would be a press kit, so you're handing out kind of assets, images from a film or something else you're publicizing. Okay, button clicked to advance to a YouTube video. Skip something? Why do I not see what that is? I don't know. I'm making a YouTube video now. You'd think it would be obvious, but it isn't to me. Grow a team, say, would be to hire people. And unflinching would be what? Steely. You have a steely demeanor, an unflinching demeanor. What follows TSA weirdly? Oh, TSA pre as in TSA pre-check. And so the weird bit, I guess, is just that pre usually comes before something, although it does in this case as well, because it comes before the check. I often see people refer to this program as TSA pre, and I think that's because the logo of this program, which allows you to save time in security lines at airports in the US, it's the word pre, but then just a little green check mark. But I think people just often read it as just the word pre without the check bit. And so this clue feels as though it's kind of playing into that. Anyway, button clicked to advance to a YouTube video. Skip to? I don't know what this is. Early tech giant, AOL. Oh, skip ad. That's what it is. The ad plays halfway through, and then you click the button. Okay. Like Cabernet Sauvignon wine, typically, it would be a dry wine, I suppose. All right. Goal seekers, question mark. Not sure. Posts, goal posts, I don't know. River through Lyon. The Rhone River in France. Genesis creator. So this could be the Sega Genesis video game console, whose creator was Sega, obviously. Fix the wrong way. Rig, if you rig, I don't know, an election or a sports match or something, you've sort of fixed it in a bad way. You've rigged it. H, so this could what be? Eta? The Greek letter, is that what we're looking for here? Or like some fabrics, yes, they could be knit fabrics, so that's right. Oops, okay. Goal seekers, what is this? I don't know. My man. Oh, it could be bra, so it's sort of just a familiar greeting. Bra, my man, that kind of just welcoming someone or greeting them. Goal seekers are parks? Why is that the case? Goal seekers. Packs? Don't know why I can't see that. Phooey. Darn? Maybe? Set of educational, oh, here's our revealer. Set of educational standards or a hint to 17, 23, 34, and 46 across. Oh, Common Core. Ah, right. Okay, there we go. So Common Core, this is a set of educational standards that I think is used in the US in some capacity, and I think is some kind of political sort of controversy around it, but that's irrelevant to this clue. We're just using it grammatically to refer to a common core of these clues. So they share, these kind of pairs share the core, the central letters, and then each one only has one of the outer layers. So there we go. The sort of crust, I guess you could call it. So phooey is in fact darn. Sent a reminder text in lingo would be, what, pinged maybe? Let's see. If you're down in the dumps, you're morose. And then, final race stretches, the last legs. That makes sense. So the final stretches of the race could be described as the last legs, but also racers by that point might be on their last legs. They're tiring. That's good. So yeah, those are two different but related senses of that phrase. Something to put stock in. Does it mean maybe stock like broth or something? Or I'm wondering if it's or maybe stock like equities in a company. Equity in a company. What? I don't know. Okay. Or it could be, I guess it could just be stock like storing something. Anyway, vision related is optical. Housing bubble question mark is housing bubble. I don't know, is there a bubble-shaped home or something? I'm not sure what we're looking for. Woodwinds that are usually black. Oboes, there we go. The musical instrument. Something to put stock in. I don't know. Housing bubble, I don't know about that either. Cornhole action. A toss. That's the game where you toss a beanbag probably at a hole. Housing bubble. Biology? No, it's biodome. Right, okay. It's one of those sort of semi-spherical, contained sort of residential experimental areas, I guess. Affirmation not usually spoken at a Jewish wedding. Oh, I do. So I guess that's not part of the rite in that context. And then something to put stock in. Oh, consomme. Right. Okay. So consomme is a kind of clarified soup that you would, you'd start with stock. Okay. So capital east of the Jordan River, Amman. There we go. And what a good fillet of fish isn't. I guess if it were well filleted, and you wouldn't want it to be bony. You'd want those bones gone. Word that becomes its own synonym if you add a K to the end. Mark or mar? Yes, okay. If you mark something up, you mar it, or you damage it in some way. And then if you're not too sure, maybe you're a bit leery or maybe a bit suspicious. And no, I got something wrong, and that's a shame. Okay, well, I'll have to run through the grid and hopefully find my mistake. I'll pause the video so you don't have to watch me do this boring thing, but I'll be right back. Okay, I had to go on. I went all the way through all the acrosses, didn't see anything wrong, then went pretty much all the way through the downs and got to goal seekers and realized I never really understood why goal seekers was packs. I don't even remember. Did I read that? I think I did. I can't remember, but I don't really understand why it's packs. And it must be not packs, but rather pucks, because in hockey, the puck is sort of seeking the goal, or at least that's the intention on the part of the player who strikes it. And that would allow for my man to be bra, which is, I guess, sort of equally slangy and fitting with bra. So either one of those could be valid, but in this case it's a U, and hopefully this is my only mistake. It was. Okay, so I was going to say that felt until I realized I had a mistake in the grid, I was going to say that felt like a relatively approachable Thursday puzzle as far as these things go, but then I didn't feel entitled to say so, so I'm only saying so now with a bit of qualification. But there we go, and we had a good theme here. I think this common the common core of two overlapping phrases. So we had mob scene and obscenist overlapping into mob scenist. We had Edna mode and DNA model overlapping into Edna model. We had, what was it? Clothes shop and loses hope overlapping into clothes hope. And we had après ski and press kit overlapping into a press kit. So some of those actually remained readable phrases, not all of them, but some of them did. And those comprised 4 examples of phrases that shared a common core. And there we go. That was the Thursday puzzle. Let me know how you fared with this one and when you caught on to the theme. And I will be back tomorrow for the Friday crossword themeless. None of this overlapping phrase nonsense, just solving. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.